if you had to pick a star that, let's say, a former player just like Kobe Bryant, who's not currently a head coach
Right.
or a baseball manager, something like that, and I bring up baseball manager because of the example that I'm going to give, who might that be?
I would probably go baseball manager as well. The one guy who was a megastar who I think would be a great manager, although it'll never happen, would be Alex Rodriguez. The guy loves the game. He loves it. He loves every little detail about it. He was always a good teammate. You know, forget about the lying and the nonsense with the PEDs and all that stuff. He's always a good teammate. He knows the game in and out. He loves it. He has a great passion for it. I think players would respect him. I think Alex Rodriguez would be an excellent baseball manager.
It's amazing what he has done as part of the Fox crew. And we were talking about Kevin Burkhardt.
Yeah.
To watch him and hear the things that he says in breaking down the game, you can tell this guy is on another level. He's not just a guy who went out there with his natural abilities and, you know, see the ball, hit the ball kind of mentality, right? There was a lot of preparation behind the scenes, both mentally and physically, you could tell, from Alex Rodriguez.
And it doesn't happen if you don't love the game as much as he does, which I think would make him a great manager.
And so another guy who had some issues with PED and you know, whether or not he'll get in the Hall of Fame, maybe down the road if they kind of ease some of those things, Mark McGwire. I think this guy, he knows baseball so well, and you hear what Tony La Russa has said, Don Mattingly, guys who have been around the game. He's been the batting coach for a lot of the teams, the hitting coach for now his third team, and he puts in the work. Something that, for example, Barry Bonds, I'm not questioning what Barry Bonds knows, but he wasn't willing to put in the work because as a hitting coach, you had to be basically the first guy in the clubhouse, right? And you had to be willing to sit there, turn a bucket of balls over, sit on that bucket and like soft toss or feed a pitching machine and just talk hitting with a player, a guy who might be, you know, scuffling, trying to hang on to that 25th spot on the roster. You have to treat him the same as you do the superstar. I'm not so sure Barry Bonds did that. Mark McGwire has that reputation where he is showing up and trying to help out those guys and teaching them everything that he knows. And when he was a player, he was known as a guy who used visualization. And if you remember, during that summer of love in '98, he and Sammy Sosa were hitting bombs after bombs. He was on the on-deck circle, and he would play back, okay, what do I remember about this guy? And what do I remember from the videotapes that I saw about this pitcher and his tendencies and what he likes to do on 2-0 counts, 3-2 counts, you know, runners on base. So I think Mark McGwire would make an excellent manager.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Mark McGwire. I understand all that happened with him, but I've said this, PEDs, no PEDs, doesn't matter. Best pure home run hitter that I have ever seen. And I love Bonds, the best player. McGwire, best pure home run hitter. And he seems like a really nice guy. He does want to put in the work, so why not? Give him a chance.